morning. We're here on Morning Coffee. The show is Mindfulness and Medium. I'm a medium. I'm here offering live experiences. So, our friends here today, both Heather and her mother Pat, are with us to have a reading. The reason that we're sharing this this morning is there are so many opportunities for us to hear confirmations of that which we are thinking about on a regular basis. What's interesting to me after doing 6,000 readings is that we're all having that experience, the epiphanies, the symbolism. And so we're bringing it into the everyday, into our lives, and we really want to hear signs. So as we enter back into this segment, this is wonderful to have family members. So how comfortable are you? Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah. Well, it's the subject matter and it's the process, and it can be shocking maybe for more people that somebody can know something that subdued or not secretive but private in their lives without knowing you. Yes?
Yes.
And so don't even think about that. Just,
Okay. Just go with it, right?
Just be here now and just go with it, right? So there are a lot of times where there's things that I could say to you and you're like, oh, I don't know. That's a better thing to say, I'm not sure, rather than no. Because a lot of times in large groups, you have somebody sitting there and they're saying no, 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 and it pushes all the energy away. Instead, I can work harder to understand what the messaging is, because it is a challenge to hear it. There's no question about that, raising that vibration, to hear the guidance that really is there all the time. So we need to distinguish it and, of course, make it personal so that it is for you, because you're here. So like the last segment, there was two women, different lives, different things going on. It was doing a little bit of cross wiring. But fortunately today, it's a mother and a daughter, so we should be on target. And so I'm understanding, not by name or relation, that there is a daughter, a sister that you wanted to get in touch with, as well as a father, your grandfather, that you wanted to get in touch with.
My father.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I switched that. See?
See?
But that was a normal mistake. That's fine. And so sometimes they come through and they're talking to you and providing information, yet we don't always know who it is exactly and what they're saying, because that's a whole nother concept, another time, but it's good enough to just have and begin conversations with them. So I'll ask that you just take a moment of reflection and meditation, evoke the presence of those that you want to get in contact with, and then we'll begin the processes, okay? So thank you. So let's bring the feet down and sit up tall in our seat, and bring the shoulders down, and you viewers at home can absolutely do the same thing, so you can participate with us, because the truth is that when you open up your heart that way to hear, sense, feel, touch something, that will happen for you. It may not happen in the moment, but I can guarantee you it will happen for you later in the day, or maybe a day later. It's different on the other side time-wise. So I would ask that you would encourage you, I'm encouraging you to join us in just the simplicity of stillness. As we sit tall in our seat, it's good to just take that inhale and that exhale and begin to relax the body and empty the mind. Inhaling and exhaling, let the shoulders roll back, the chest opens, and we breathe. Yes. So, I'm hearing a profound I'm sorry. You can open up your eyes, you can do whatever you want. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, and that doesn't matter. What's important here is, okay, so Heather too, yes. So, just having you both here, and your sister's a little playful. Do you know that? Like, she's got like a little, is she a trickster or something? Like playing with things or something like that? Did she play games with you, like teasing you somehow? What is that about?
I'm sure she was an older sister.
Yeah, I mean, did she actually, what do they say when it's like a bigger sister to a little, like tease you or bully you a little bit, right? Yeah, because she just kind of had that energy with you right now, and she's kind of happy to see you, and she's actually laughing about how you wanted her to stop doing that. I think I'm going back years, but that's okay. So she thinks it's kind of funny to have this segment for her to get in touch with you live, rather than privately in her home, but she's saying that she can orchestrate that. So even this setup has been orchestrated by her. I don't know if you realize that, but she might have had the capabilities, even technology, maybe she was better with that somehow, that she was able to connect to that. Or maybe a big TV watcher. I don't know. Is that what happened? Was she watching enormous amounts of TV or something? Can you explain to me?
She used to watch a lot of movies. She was always up on movies and always going to her house and watching like the latest movie or.
Okay, these things that I say are not general at all because, like, I don't watch movies. Okay,
Right.
so you think everybody watches movies? I don't.
Right.
So, with this, she's saying that she's being playful right now, and she's saying that she knows that her life, this is really sweet, is actually playing out like it's a movie in your minds. So that's really interesting way of saying how much she knows she's on your mind. I don't feel like this happened a really long time ago. I'm saying within 2. Is it within 2 years?
No.
What is it?
It's been 10.
It's been 10. Okay. But she's also saying something significantly changed within 2 years. So, and there's 2. So the 2 I need to stick with. Is that you and her, meaning just 2 daughters? Is there another? There's 2 more?
There's another daughter.
There's another daughter. So there's 3 daughters. Okay, so there's 2 living.
Right.
Is that what we're speaking about? Okay, just a quick reminder to stay with the living, I'm hearing also. Can you tell me who's significant in the R name? Who's that, a Robert or a Roger or a Reed?
My dad's name was Robert.
Your dad's name was Robert? Okay, was he your husband? Okay, and is he here or he's no longer here?
He's
No longer here.
Okay. Did you want to talk to him? No. Okay, so that's always really interesting on live TV. Okay.
Sorry.
I made this conference a day ago where I was telling a group of people that sometimes somebody comes through that you really don't want to talk to. And what's interesting here is that you might want to talk to him, but she might. Is that true? We don't have to have that here. But sometimes it's someone that's trying to get through. Now that might not surprise you because he might have that energy of where he wants to get through to you and you don't him. So this is what you subjected yourself to. And Robert is here. Now, the sister that you lost, is that his daughter too?
No.
Okay, but he knows her.
Yes.
You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's here to tell you that she can be taken care of also in a fatherly way.
He died 2 years ago.
That's
so maybe
it.
that's the 2.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have to bring him in a little bit. You don't even have to talk to him. I can bring him in without you talking to him. So interesting when I bring the ex-husbands in. And it's not really a surprise that nobody wants to talk to him. And I'm sorry, Robert, wherever you are. But we have to really go with what's live. And so it's not a lot of conversation, but it actually is a little bit more geared towards Heather right now. Okay? So, wow. He's just indicating at some level that you need to hear that he's sorry for your loss. Okay?
Okay.
So whatever way you need to hear that. I'm seeing, sensing, knowing a lot of love to actually both of you. And maybe you didn't feel it all in the end, okay? But it doesn't matter because it was always there. Some people do not have the ability to express it when they're trying to survive themselves. And so the last person that they're thinking about is other people. But now when they don't have that body anymore, addictions or afflictions or anything like that, then they have the ability to speak unconditionally. This is why he wants that to come through you because it's something that he learned.
Okay.
Okay? He did have a zest for life, and he did want to enjoy it and attack it, I'm hearing. And yes, yeah, a little, what's the word, adventurous, I think, a little bit invincible. I would have to say that word too. Is that true? I like using that word.
I feel like to think he was.
Yeah, maybe, but he's just describing himself. Well, that's an interesting way of saying this. He'd like to think he was invincible. Oh my, he's fine. He wants to be in a place, a better place in your heart. So maybe you can rearrange that for him. And this is so much why they come through that way. I'm moving back into your daughter, and he knows politely to do that because he doesn't want to take all that energy and our moments away of the continual messaging for her. Okay. So can you also tell me if there's a hard K or a C sound in the sisters at all, like a C name or a K name, like a Kelly or a Karen or something
Your
like
middle
that?
name?
My middle name's Carla.
Carla.
With a K.
Oh, I like that. Okay, thank you. Let me just go back for a second as to the reasoning why she has the middle name Carla. Is that for somebody on the other side?
Yeah, my grandmother.
Thank you. Okay, so she's coming in quickly too. Okay, and she wants you to know very sincerely that she can actually support your daughter. So whenever there's a truth that's expressed, I automatically get my hair standing up because that lets me know that I can get closer to you without even moving. It actually is a release in me that I'm saying something that they want me to say, because they'll answer questions that we have in our mind. So there might be a question on your mind, or at some time, can your grandmother be with your daughter? The answer is unequivocally yes. You need to hear that. She's in good hands. It's what the women do for each other. This is very female dominated and oriented. I'm also saying and hearing something about funny about teeth. Do you know that's funny about teeth at all? Is there something funny about teeth? Does somebody have a funny tooth? Is it your
No,
daughter?
we always talk about our teeth.
Yeah.
Like, is there something on my neck?
Like we're always been obsessed with like
Teeth.
Teeth?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's also more relatable to your sister, your daughter. So was there anything about her teeth that needed to be
She
taken
didn't
care
like her teeth.
of? She didn't like
I
them?
always remember her saying, like, always complaining about her teeth.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Peculiar.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. Can you come with me to the moments of her passing, please? And what she's telling me is that you placed kisses actually on her face. And they're saying that she wants you to understand that she did feel all of that. So when she was gone, and you thought she was gone, she can still experience that. That's something she was never able to tell you, except for a situation like this. She's saying that's why it could be a movie, because it was a letting go that you had to do. You had to bring yourselves up into letting her go. That is highly emotional. And you're walking around with all of that and maybe a little bit in doubt, like, did you just do what you did? And even 10 years later, you still have some of that. But she's here to tell you that she experienced all of that love, and she's entirely grateful for it. She's really smart, and I'm going to tell you why she's smart, because she's teaching me something right now. She's expressing that we might all think, we try not to think about death, but it is inevitable. And what happens is that we can all paint the scenes like a movie where we want all of our loved ones around us for our send-off. She's saying that she had that, and she had all of you around her, and she's nurtured great relationships, and then she experienced having you all around her, and this is why she is where she is in a beautiful light. This is why she's able to come to you on a more regular basis. So she's also talking about a dog that's a part of this. Do you know this little dog? Do you know that the dog has taken on like a manifestation of her a little bit? Do you say that or see that or know that? Can you talk to me about the dog? What's the dog situation, please?
It was a dog that I had when she was younger, and it actually died yesterday.
So this is a direct message that she's telling you she's with the dog. All dogs go to heaven, and I'm not kidding. So this is how it can work, and it manifests itself through animals and through people. So she is with your dog. As tough as that may have been for you and your dog, again, which is why she's referencing how you know that the dog needed to pass, the dog, your daughter did. You know, we're not in control of all of life, but my God, you know, we calibrate our love. And both of them are together, and both of them, and with your mother too, you need to know that. She's in the mix. She doesn't want me to forget, not your mother, your grandmother. She doesn't want me to forget her.
My father.
And right, but I'm saying your grandmother, who we mentioned before.
Oh, my mom's mom.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so she's kind of chiming in again. I don't know if she's that kind of person, doesn't want to be forgotten, and she's coming in again to say that they are clearly there. Okay, so just talk to me a little bit about these experiences, what this might mean for you, even in the here and now.
What you just told me?
Yeah, if you don't
It puts
mind.
everything in a perspective, you know, because when I put the dog down, I just said, go to Lisa.
So did you ever think that you were going to have a confirmation of that, like the next day?
Not at all.
Because you weren't thinking about that. But can we understand, hopefully, I know I'm a medium, but I am of nature. I'm an animal too. I'm just a human. That you would have gotten those signs somehow? Do you look for
Probably.
those signs?
All the time, I do. I can, you know, you can just feel people around you.
Right. And so sometimes the response to your sister's experience is through nature too. Like
Okay.
something in nature comes by, a truck comes by, and it shows its symbolism. When you went, there it is. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So, also important here too, in the way that she's talking to Heather, and that, right. I'm getting again symbolism of topaz and a dark stone. Do you understand that at all? What a dark stone might reference between you and your sister at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a dark stone around you or with you? Do you have a stone by your bed at all? Is there a stone by your bed? Is there a stone that you placed by her ashes at all? Is it on a stone? Is it on something stone or marble? Talk to me about that, where some of her energy is.
I have no idea.
Can you
I'm
explain
still
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except that when we go to the grave, we
Did you
usually put
place a stone?
we always put a stone on top of her headstone. I know I do.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go you one more. Okay? And I need to tell you this. So, she sees the stones, okay, because it's in direct relation to her. I don't know if that's something that you did and then your mother followed you. Like that's something that maybe you thought of first. You never put a stone there?
No, I never did.
Okay, but you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what she's saying, and this will happen for you, is there is actually a stone there and around there that's heart-shaped.
Okay.
Okay? So the next time that you go there, you're going to see that, and that's the one that you're going to place. So a
Okay.
lot of times they know about things before you go there and you get there that will actually happen. And then you email me and you say, oh my God, Elaine, this happened. But that will happen. I need to go back a little bit more towards the two of you and Lisa and here it is. Clearly wanting you to share the messaging with your sisters as well. Okay?
Okay.
So this is really important that you kind of go back and let them know that you can feel and experience her. Also some things, a lot going on. She's saying that she's with you regarding this. So do you know what this is when they're pointing to your head or something? Do you get headaches? Or is there something going on?
I have a disease in my head.
You have a disease in your
I
head?
have a shunt in my head, and I just had a shunt placed into my spine because I have intracranial hypertension.
What is the name of the disease?
Idiopathic intracranial hypertension.
Wow. Do you know that your sister can work with you on that? Are you asking for her guidance and help on the support?
No.
Okay, can I just not hit you on the head and tell you that you need to open yourself up to her, because she's someone that, just like the dog, like a lot of times what we do is, it's not putting things on somebody, it's staying open enough to feel them and experience them and let them work with us. If they can manifest a rock that looks like a heart, right? They're capable of many different things, and the conversations need to begin with her support for you because of all the support that you gave her. Mm-hmm. So now it's coming back to you in a different way to hopefully support the system so that you can have a healthier life and not be burdened by this disease. Mm-hmm. So a question for you that she's making me ask is, it's tolerable, is it curable?
No.
Okay. So she's also asking, what level of participation can you provide to lessen the focus on that? Wow, that's a big question.
That is a big question. I feel like it consumes my life anymore.
Right. So I just ask what they're asking, but it is remembrance of our spirit, meaning that, and this is an important concept to understand, that we are more than this. We name ourselves, we have occupations, we play roles in each other's lives as sisters and mothers and grandmothers and workers, right? Do you also work in a medical field?
I do.
You do now?
I'm out of work right now, but I am going back in February.
Okay, great. Right. Well, that's it. So this is the thing. This is what she's saying. It's really important for you to go back to work because it gives you diversity. Mm-hmm. Is this? You didn't say the month that you're going back to work, but is it after the first of the year? Did you say that or not?
I did. I said February.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. That's really good because the holidays will get you through, but it's really important for you to focus on getting back to work. Even she's saying, too, it might seem like it could be the most challenging time to take a course and to further your studies, but it might be the best thing. It might be the best thing. What's the wow factor?
I told her she should go back to school.
I'm going back to school.
I got chills. You're going back to
Yes,
school.
she is.
And she will support you in that.
Wow.
And the reasoning
that's crazy.
is to help your mind flourish rather than saying it's weakened or it's damaged.
I needed that.
This is beautiful.
Yes, I needed that.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. And the thing is, it's guidance. I have tissues here. But I cry too. You know, it is so beautiful. So when we are living a life of thinking that we are lost and they are not with us, boy, they really are. And it's everywhere you go, there you are, right? And so they follow you because they're a part of your heart. Just like people say the adage of your home is where your heart is and your heart is where your home is, you know? Same thing here, but so many of us are moving all the time, right? That we have to say, wow, everyone that I love, and it should be all, even Robert, sorry, throw him in the mix, that was perfect. You know, it is unconditional love because perhaps if it wasn't for Robert, you might not have some of the children that you have, or, right? I mean, so we have to remember our hearts and its endless love. My goodness, thank you so much for actually being here and experiencing this. What has been your experience, perhaps, ever with other mediums? Did you ever work with them or the spirit world? What happens?
I've done it a couple times, and they always bring up Lisa, so it's an interesting thing to see how further I've become in understanding more about the spiritual world.
Right. Wow, that's like a veteran. No, I'm not kidding you, right? Because what happens is that this is perfectly that you said that. Because what happens is that when somebody's with me, they often want to reach, you know, to just one person. And it's really broadening your concept. Of course, Lisa is around you, but there are other people around you too. So the lessons from the other side are so important because they teach us how to live. That is what this show will be about. It's medium mindfulness because we have to know what we're carrying around in our minds on an everyday basis because there's so much consciousness to bring in. Much of it is truly peaceful. It happens to be the evolution of consciousness. I say it that way to you, number one, so you can participate, but number two, so that we can open ourselves up to the broader world, especially living in a time where we really believe that there's so much separation from you and me. Fortunately, we're deafening ourselves to the difference in the separation of color, of sex, of creed, and now even political systems. So, this is not a political show. This is one about humans and their spirit. And if anything, some of this conversation today, and to Pat's point, she can see her own development of broadening her world into a more real feel for what's going on because there's a bigger world out there that we can experience without our eyes open. So that also brings me to another point, which I'm sure has happened for you, which might have been in the dream state. So I'm sure in the beginning when Lisa passed, you might have had very significant dreams about her.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Right. This is common. You are not alone. And then what happens in the bereavement process is that you don't have dreams about her and you start to think she's not around me anymore. Where is she? Did that happen for you?
For her? No.
No, because you felt that she was always around?
She was always there.
Okay, did you have that experience at all?
I did.
What was the experience?
I would have dreams about her in the beginning, and then through the years, it kind of she slowly tapered off out of my dreams, and now I'm like, where are you?
Oh.
I need you.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm here to tell you that they really don't go anywhere. Sometimes it's just more of our, and I say the word desperate, and I understand it compassionately, nature to bring them close to us so we can fuse our energies into the support of the life that you're living. But they're also living a different kind of life, just the afterlife. And it is very busy, and they are doing a lot of things, and it's a lot of a bigger world that we don't understand. I don't know that we have to. We think we even have to prepare ourselves for that, right? But I'm here to tell you that all they want you to do is to become more unconditional and spread your love around. Now, it's a big concept and a lot of homework. What happens is that we have the possibility of remaining unconditional in our everyday. It's really a challenge. We have a lot of people that we don't agree with. We have a lot of people that are in our lives that we kind of believe might have done us wrong or something like that, or have guilt where we might have had separation of relationship. all of that does go on, but many of them will express to you that it's really perfectly wonderful and okay to open yourselves up to experience that unconditional love and not carry any of those burdens, resentment, anger, separation at all. This is what it's teaching us, and it sounds like it's already happening to you because you said, my world has opened up. Can you give me an example in the way that you feel like your world has opened up?
In the spiritual world,
Yeah.
I have a better understanding of people's emotions and what they feel and their hurts.
Oh.
You know, to just give them something else to think about instead of it's not black and white. It really isn't. Life isn't black and white, especially on the edges of the afterlife. I feel that it's a lot of gray. You know, it mixes back and forth.
That's beautifully stated. And to your point, Pat, that you wouldn't have known all that unless you experienced it.
Right.
So when you had to reach for your own compassion, almost for yourself, which is the same adage of where you're needing strength to carry through with your disease, we do need to go within, and therefore we begin to make the connection stronger of faith and love and devotion on the other side and all around you. And what's more important is that you have it for yourself, because it's this first. And then there's so much abundance inside that you're able to share it with other people. And you just did that. That's why this can be a movie. That's really beautiful and poetically stated. So thank you. Thank you so much for your contributions on medium mindfulness. So thank you so much for joining us. This has been embarking on a pathway of live experiential network TV at Radio Vision. And so it's been a wonderful opportunity, but way more important than that is your purpose, is this process that allows people to be here now, not in the past, not in the future, because these energies are here now if we open ourselves up to it and move out of the worry and be able to place one foot in front of the other with greater peace. Thank you so much for joining us on this Morning Coffee Medium Mindfulness program at Radio Vision Network.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Merciers has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
they're not all created equal.
That's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology.
All with one goal in mind.
To get you back in the game.
We call life.
Pain-free,
drug-free,
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money